Okay, I'm here. And I'm going to play a game. Let's start off with Rapid. We have an 1808 opponent. The French. I've adapted the Tirash, even though I don't know don't know past move 3. Thinking about taking here, and then I have this check. Oh, I guess that doesn't work. Because he can just go back. Wow. See, I'm looking at Bishop E3, but then I don't like Knight F6. Knight F6, Knight E4. I guess I could go Bishop G5. Do I like that? Maybe this isn't so great. Whoops. Gonna take it because I was looking at this check. Okay. Ooh, I guess that I'm missing a lot of obvious moves here. Okay. You can't take the pawn because of check here. So he got greedy. So I can just take it, or I can take with check and then take it. Or I could even take this way and then take it. Lots of good moves here. This is looking pretty good. Check and then take here. I think I'm going to do that. That looks pretty good to me. Develop my bishop. Prepare to castle and just okay. Well, he's got this, but no, I think I'm well. No, I should be okay. I'm not quite sure. Low on time. So if he trades here, and then he can go rook b8. I do have a4. Okay, so never mind. He didn't see any of that. So I'm under check. I could block with either bishop. It would be nice to get this. I might go back with the light squared bishop here because of this is kind of annoying. So I think I will block this way. So he can still do this. He's going to have two pieces lined up, but I can't move with check. And I could also even go check here. That's not going to really achieve anything though. I'll probably keep it simple. I'm getting quite low on time too, so I should probably just play a little bit quicker here. So if king e8, I could go check again. Wow. Oh, I see. Then he wants to take here this way. Okay, it's kind of annoying. I'll do it anyways. I've got this bishop a5 move. Although I guess I would have to castle here, and then my bishop will fall. Oh, but then he can't take because then I take his rook. So yeah, I'm just going to castle here. Keep it simple. Oh yeah, because I take with check too, so he can't even take both bishops. So now I have a safe king, and I'm probably going to just continue with this. I could even just go rook f b8. I guess he could take then. So I'll continue this way. Although I did just drop a bishop, but I would win the exchange. I definitely need to know this opening more. I only know it 3 moves in. Hello, Journey Chess. Well, let's just trade it off and keep it simple. I'm down to under 3 minutes on the clock. If he takes with the knight, I've got check here winning the rook because he can't move the knight, or I take his queen. If he takes with the queen, I'll just trade. Or I could take the pawn, but it'd be so much easier to just trade. Wow, so why did he do that? Okay. So he's playing terribly now. Well, I guess he can pick up the bishop, but I still get a rook, so I win the exchange again. So, you know. Although I could actually move it and then take the rook even. I guess he could block here, but then I just take, yeah, so. Yeah, I'm just going to straight up take it. Down to just 2 minutes, 40 seconds. He's going to lose his queen, though, if he takes it. It's just, I don't know, it's weird. For like the last 10 moves, he's just been playing kind of pretty terribly. Okay, well, I'm going to do it this way. A piece for a piece. And he resigns. Okay, so I was actually behind out of the opening, and then he got a bit greedy and lost to a very simple tactic when I played Queen A4. And that was the end of that. So I'm back into the 1900 territory after that game. I think I'm going to get some water, though, because I'm out of water. Whoops. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So I better look at this opening. First of all, let's take a look at my opponent that game. Wow, he was actually... okay, weird. Okay, strange. Yeah, that's kind of strange, eh? Okay, so let's take a look at this game. I'm going to do it straight with the engine right away just because I don't know the opening at all. So let me load this up in my software. Here we go. Yeah, so the trash, I obviously don't know theory here. So I guess, so main line is knight f6. And then I'm pretty sure it's e5, and then, yeah, then knight fd7, but there are other moves that can be played. So if knight fd7, then what? Then bishop d3, or c3. c3 has been played half the amount of time, but better win rate. Much better. Okay. But he played the second most common move here, which is c5, and I played c3, which I guess had been played 137 times, but not with great success. And in fact, Stockfish just likes to take e takes, and that is the main line. Second most common move here is knight gf3 with a better win rate. But I would go with the main line here, even though there's been a million games played on both lines. So E takes, hey? Okay. But I played C3. My opponent played Queen B6, which apparently is not a great move. Then I took E takes. And so this was apparently a mistake for black. H3 was fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised he took. Like, he, from here on out, I think I made a mistake, but he made a lot of mistakes as well. Okay, so I thought here for a while, Stockfish is saying definitely the only move here is queen takes. Every other move is losing. I purposely took with my idea was taking with the pawn. I thought this is a poison pawn. I thought I've got two active bishops. Just so as an example, I mean, this is what happened. Okay, so I guess I missed the move bishop before, which is what he played. I thought it was still okay here, though. Okay, so that was a huge mistake because of queen a4. Yeah, it's saying +9 for white now. So, yeah, he didn't see the threat of queen a4. So, yeah, it's suggesting for black to take. And then it says that this is slightly better for black for some reason. I guess I'm behind in development by one move. So white is certainly not any better. Yeah. So it does prefer taking with the queen here, but I'm surprised it's +1. Oh, it's saying it's wishing to go bishop b5 check. I guess that's why. So we disrupt his castling, and then we take, and we have two active bishops. Yeah, this looks good. So I guess that makes sense. Okay, but in the future, if c5, e takes d5 is the main line. Okay, so I'm going to play a new game. Try to get another win. Hello, Apple, bad Apple. Okay, we have a 1943 opponent. So about 143 points higher than our previous opponent. Should be a much closer game. Looks like we're edging towards the Najdorf. Yeah, Najdorf. Now English. I'm going to guess he's going to play English. Adams is... Oh, bishop g5. This is just what the Victor Vauser? Is that what this is? Is this a Victor Vauser? I don't know. This is like... It's almost like Sosin. Okay, so I have to be a bit careful here. I actually think b5 might be the line here. So this e6 square gets really sensitive in this. If I play bishop e7, I'm okay for now. But I'm thinking b5 is the line to play immediately. Oh, well, maybe not, because then I guess he could take here. But do I just take with the queen? And am I okay in there? Nah, I'll play bishop e7. Yeah, I can't quite remember. Yeah, the b5 is really interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure here about book. I forget. My memory's bad. Because both my e6 and d6 pawns are a little bit weak here. But I'm thinking maybe knight bd7 to c5. I think I'm going to do that immediately. Then I'm hitting two points. I would also like to play b5 and bishop b7. Taking this diagonal. Hello, Konarek. Wow, queenside castle. I wonder if I could take this pawn. take, and then I take again. And he takes. I know I lose. I only get a pawn for a piece, right? Take. And he could actually just take with the knight, so never mind. Okay, we'll continue with my plan. Maybe knight c5. This pawn gets really weak, but his queen's in front, so it's not as weak as it looks. Yeah, I guess his bishop will go here. So I'm going to go knight c5. Continue with that idea. So I could just straight up take the bishop now. Or I could play b5, because the bishop still can't go anywhere. b5, he could sack a piece, but I think I would take that. So I think I might play b5 here. Ooh, but it's starting to get a little dangerous. Ooh, yeah, actually, no, b5 would be bad because of that. So I can't play b5. So I'm going to take it. I don't want to spend too much time on this. I'm hoping he'll take back with a knight. Okay, so that I can play b5. So I'm thinking queen c7 then, so that this knight doesn't harass me and connect my rooks and everything. I'm going to play, yeah, bishop c7. Sorry, that's a queen. That's not a bishop. Queen c7. I think black is doing fine here. I have the bishop pair. Okay. What a pawn storm. So I guess I could also kick out the knight, but I think immediately I will play b5. Yeah. So b5, he moves the knight back. And maybe then I play b4. He gets this. I'm not really sure how to proceed here. Oh, that's interesting. So b4. If he moves the knight back, then a5. What if he goes knight a4? Then I go a5 again. Or I could play e5. But that gives, no, e5 gives him such a great square. Oh wait, this I could go in this way, so maybe somehow. So queen a5. I guess he could slide his king over. And then here, it's not really helping me. It looks better than it is. Maybe you know what? I'm going to get rid of, I kind of want to get rid of this pawn, but I can't. This is a little bit weak. Yeah, I kind of want to give away these pawns for free. Okay, let's just do this. And then if he goes tonight, because I'm spending way too much time here. So I'm just going to push again. So this gets a bit dangerous here. So I have to keep an eye on this type of thing. I guess he could even start it out like this. Yeah, that's getting pretty dangerous for me. But should be okay. So queen c6 is my idea. Oh shit, he's got too many pieces on this. That's not good. That's not good. Yeah, I didn't see that. He's going to take here now. I guess I could pin him, but then he can push. So white is definitely winning here because I missed that. Whoops. Yeah, because he can just take, and then after I pin, he can play e5. Oh shit, or he could just do that right away. Hit and run. Okay, well I guess he didn't actually take the pawn, so I'm okay there. Should I just go down here again? Try it out. That's where it was. Back and forth here. Hello, Jogia. Norbert Noodle. Okay. Yeah, he wants to get in here at some point, right? So maybe I should go knight here now immediately. Yeah, let's do that. Then I might play rook f, d8, then here. I'm not quite sure if that works because so if he takes, yeah, my bishop's defending the rook. Oh, but then it's not so clear because takes. I got to be careful about back rank mate with the rook, but it should be okay, right? Takes. So takes. Well, I could take the queen then if I needed to. So yeah, that would be fine. Okay, so down a minute and a half on the clock. White is throwing a pawn storm at me. Okay, interesting. Why not just f6? Yeah. I think I'm going to go straight up f6. I don't want to be taking and letting him open up that h file, or even just putting his queen there. So he moves back, and I basically gain a tempo there, I think. Okay, so then I just go continue with my plan. I think that helped me because now I'm controlling these squares a little bit better, and I have a fight square for my king as well. So I think that helped me quite a bit. What white did there. And I'm only a minute and a half off, so I might connect my rooks here. Or I might just take, I'm not sure yet. I'm actually going to take, because I want this rook staying here so that I can play a5 or a4. Otherwise, then I would have to go here and then move again. So yeah, let's go here. So a minute and a half still difference between us. Who is better here? I actually like black. I mean, I do have the bishop pair, and white has a double pawn, and my attack is a little more aggressive. My queen isn't in the best location, but it's okay. It's pinning stuff together or gluing things together. Yeah. I like how I've been playing lately, for the most part. So if he doesn't take, I'm not sure if I should push or take. I'll probably take, because that's just another double pawn. Pushing, I don't know, pushing's good too, though. I could really go either way. Push, take, and then I don't even know how I would do it with the pawn. Yeah, both ways look good. I guess taking would be better because then I'm threatening the pin or the skewer. Well, wait, the king's in front, right? So okay, so he goes there. Yeah, I'm going to take only 4 minutes on the clock, so I'm threatening this. Threatening to win the queen. So he's got to do something about that. I guess he can go king here. But then I can go queen here. This looks pretty bad for white. So if he goes king b1, yeah. So probably, I'm not sure, queen here or queen there. Queen a5 or queen a6, queen a5 or queen a7, not sure. Maybe queen a5 just because there's just technically a pin here. I can't touch my c pawn. So maybe queen e5, even though my queen is... Oh, okay, wow, that's interesting. What about check and then... Oh, I can't go check again. That knight is defending. That's interesting. That's a good move. Okay, well, 3.5 minutes. So white has to still... I mean, he can't take my pawn because I'm still threatening his queen here. So I think he has to escape here. But his king's going to be quite safe now, so I'm not liking this so much. So if I take here, take... Okay, I'm going to take here, even though that's... I mean, that was a great bishop, but I'm threatening rook here. So he has to take with a king, otherwise... Okay. This is not good, yeah. I wish he didn't find that king move. So I've got no good spaces for my king. So maybe I just push f5 here, or f4. That's c4. I might push c4, takes, but then he takes, right? Takes, that's not good. Takes. What about take here? No, I'm going to take this, and then I might play queen here. I don't know. He's got 2 pieces on this now. But I'm going to go here. I'm threatening this. Threatening to win the rook. I guess he could go here, but then I can go check and win a pawn. But this is a... I don't know. It's pretty close here. Equal on the clock, pretty equal on the board too. This is really close. It's a shame that white's king was able to escape like it did. Okay, so what if he takes here first? He's actually threatening my bishop. If I go check, he'll just go back down. But that'd be fine, then I take the rook. So if he takes, do I want to do this check? Okay, well, continue with the original plan of check. If he goes here, I'm going to give another check, so he can't go in the back rank. That's annoying. Now what? I guess I take here. Crazy game. Not a boring game. I think I'm going to go here. So that my idea is to push and then bishop here. So he stopped that plan. So I might go might go queen here, threatening this pawn. Also threatening this pawn. So that looks like a decent move. Queen e5. Let's do that. Getting pretty tight on the clock here. So I'm up a pawn, and I'm up about 15 seconds. So if he defends this, then I can take here. But then he's got a fork. So it depends. If he doesn't move his queen, I can't do that. Wait, that doesn't work for him. So I take, well, fork, and then I take again, right? So I should be okay there. It gets a bit iffy though. Like, yeah, this gets iffy. This gets iffy. What about this? That's interesting. Yeah, is he watching my stream or what? Okay, well, this gets iffy. So I'm up 2 pawns in about 30 seconds. I got to be really careful. Really careful here. It's so sensitive, this position. Okay. So I would be very happy if the queens come off. White won't have too many threats then, especially with only 30 seconds left. Okay, so I feel very happy now. Very comfortable. My bishop is pretty bad, but if his rook leaves, then I'm going to play maybe g5. G5 or, okay. Actually going to take it with the rook. Taking his opponent probably was better, but I think this creates more complications for him with the time control. He can't check me, so I think this is a good move. But I can check him. He's going to resign here. He'd be crazy not to. Okay. He's going to play to the bitter end. So I'm not going to say good game because he didn't want to resign there. So I don't do that if people don't resign when they're dead on the clock and the board. Okay, so took down in 1943 there. I like how I played for the most part. I thought I played quite well. I've been playing well overall over the past few days. So I'm 1917 now, starting to edge towards a new personal best. My previous best was 1940 on Rapid. So yeah, so we took this guy down. His blitz rating is 200 points lower than his Rapid, kind of odd. And his training is really low. Kind of weird. Like his training rating is really low. Like 1500 is really low. So that's kind of odd. Kind of odd to be 1900. And so, I don't know. But maybe he didn't do tactics in a long time. Okay, so I'm happy with that win. I'm going to take a look at this without the engine first. Quickly. Right, so I forget if this is just a Victor Vouser or this is what I used to play. No, maybe it's not the Victor Vouser. It's just it might just be Bishop G5. It might just be the line name. I used to play this before I played the English. But then I think it was never actually aggressive for me enough because after e6 and so on, black actually gets a pretty good defense. But I'll take a look at that again. But I think I'm quite certain it's e6. I'm not sure about bishop c4 for white. I think maybe f3 or queen d2 here is better. But although bishop c4 might be right, it might just be like the Sozin or Fischer line. Wasn't 100% sure about bishop e7. I was thinking possibly b5. I wasn't sure if it's b5 first. It probably is, but we'll see after. The queenside castle kind of surprised me. I'm not sure why it surprised me. It shouldn't. But Yeah, I think knight c5 was quite good for black. And yeah. And then I started to run into some possible issues here. Like I'm not, maybe b4 might have been terrible because I think knight a4 is pretty good. It intersects with his dark squared bishop on b6, and I think white may have been able to, so he could have taken the pawn here, but then it's uncertain after the pin of rook d8, although I think that is still good for white. Like, so if takes, and takes, oh wait, no, sorry, if takes and the pin immediately, see, I was seeing e5, and I think because of e5 that works. Although maybe I'm able to take here, and then after take, but then I can't do that. So I don't know. I think that's still good for white though. I think takes pin, e5. I guess I can go here, and then he moves out. Oh, it might have broke. It might have broke even. But then he's got this bishop still. He might have been able to do a fork with on my queen and rook. So I'm thinking that's still good for white. At the worst, it's break even, I think. After he didn't, he wasn't so aggressive there. He was a little bit passive. And I think this was terrible. I think bishop g5 was really bad for white because I just kick him out and then continue with my move again. So I go knight c5 again. This time I'm awesome. Yeah. And this is just really good. He found king d2, which is good. He can actually escape here, but it's a little too late. But it was a nice game overall. So let's take a look at that with the engine now. Yeah, so bishop g5. It's actually the second main line here. Yeah, it's what I used to play. It might not have a name. It might just be the bishop g5 line. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have a name. So yeah, I played e6, which is the main line. Yeah, so f4 is the main line here by far. 14,000 games of f4. And that's the best move here. Yeah, so f4, I believe I usually play the poison pawn variation, which is queen b6. I think you can also play queen c7. Let's see if I'm right. Yes, I'm right. So queen b6, once you play queen b6, it's a poison pawn variation. Yes. And then queen d2, if I remember correctly, I take, and then there's this. And if e5, then it's saying d takes, and knight ft7. You basically have to just defend here, but you win a pawn. Well, black does. And it's although on the board white has a way better track record than black does, but Stockfish likes this for black. But I usually play the poison pawn variation there, if f4. But and then there's also queen f3. Queen f3 is the second most popular line here, and then it's saying knight bd7 is the way to go. But he played, and then after that there's queen d2, which probably what I would have played if I was white, and then it's saying just bishop e7 or h6. h6 has really good track record for black. 40% win rate. Knight bd7 has an even better win rate. 63%. Only 30 games played though, but still 63% win rate. That's crazy. So I guess white isn't really doing well here. But he played bishop c4. Does this have a name? No name. Yeah, it just says this is better for black. So bishop e7. Yeah, which is what I played. So I played it right. Castling, this is still book. He played queen d2, and then I played knight bd7, which apparently is bad. Apparently is bad because of bishop takes e6. All right, I already forgot about that. Yeah, but I didn't play that. So, oh no, I did play that. Well, yeah, I forgot about my weak e6 pawn. Sorry. So it's not quite as bad as it looks, even though we lose this because he did sack a piece. So it kind of works out even. Kind of works out even. So I've looked at this before. It's interesting because black has 4 minor pieces versus 2 rooks, but those rooks of whites aren't developed at all. So it's actually a really interesting position. But white gets to castle, developing one of those rooks. So it's an interesting position. But I think there's better ways for white other than knight bd7. It just says h6 or b5. So knight bd7 was an oversight on my part because I forgot it was an e6 pawn. But he castled, and then yeah, knight c5 is just winning. But I want to see if I played this whole thing correctly. So it actually doesn't like taking here. It's recommending. It's saying I could take on e4. I looked at that, but then I thought his knight just takes. But I guess I have another knight to take it again or something. Okay, let's take a look at this again. I looked at this, but I thought after knight takes, I guess I go again. I forgot that, so I missed that I could take it again. And also this got a little bit dirty to calculate. I didn't really want to spend that much time. Okay. Oh, okay. So I'm going to play another one now. So we have a 1944 opponent who's playing an odd e3 move. It might have been a mouse slip. Tawhid 1365 is his name. Thinking I'm going to play c6. Interesting. Okay, I will take it. So maybe queen d7. Because what's his plan here? Queen d7 is take away from my knight, though. I take a square away from my knight. So queen d7. If he goes here, and then I kick him out, he goes here. I'm going to do that. It's also possible he pushes here. No, because I can just take. Yeah, so. Okay, and I'm going to play h6. I feel getting a free h6 in there. So he goes here afterwards. I feel that this is good. My queen is slightly better on d7 than it is on d8, I feel. And having a free h6 is kind of nice. Okay, so e5, he gets this nice square. I might just play straightforward here. It makes more sense. Yeah, that makes more sense. So I think black is doing awesome. Considering I'm black. I think black is better than white here slightly. Better development. Okay. So I could castle queenside or kingside. I kind of want to castle kingside, but I'm not sure. So what about e5 now? Giving him double pawns. That's got to be good. So let's keep it simple. Yeah, and just give double pawns. And then I'm thinking maybe c5 here, get an active bishop. Taking away his double pawns, but it's a good bishop. So I think I'm going to do that. free development of my bishop. Then I can castle. So, wow, really? He wants to do that? Because I'm thinking just this setup is really good. So here, what's he going to do? I mean, he's pinned here. This looks terrible for white. What's going on? Because what's he going to do here? He can't push. If he moves here, then I'm threatening this. This just looks pure winning for me. Hopefully I'm not wrong in my evaluation, but this is just like the perfect setup. I mean, that was a death sentence he put himself in. Yeah, I don't know. This guy's not playing like 1944. Playing like 1344. Okay, game's not over yet though. But I think this is just a death sentence that he put himself in. So, knight g5. You know, he's just completely broken here. What's he going to do? He goes here. So if he goes here and then like knight g5 and then like what's he going to do? I don't even see how he can stop it. Just here, you know. I don't see what he's going to do. So yeah, that was once he castled it was game over. It's a forced mate, I think. The second he castled, but black was a lot better. It was probably like +2 for black, or yeah, close to +2 even before he castled. He just got smashed in the opening. But wow, that's crazy. So mate on move 14. That's like, oh, hello, Mr. Sabon. Long time no see. But that's crazy, right? Like, I don't know what happened in that game, but from the first move, he just got completely dominated. So mate 14, I don't know what that's about. Maybe his little brother is playing or something. But he just got completely dominated. So I don't know. That was strange. Yeah, that was a strange game. I don't know what that was about, but I'll take it. Yeah, he's got over 300 games. His rating seems to be legit. He was 2005 a couple weeks ago, or a week ago. He was 2005. So okay, well I'll take those 12 points. So I am 1929, very close to a new record. I need probably 2 more wins. If I got 2 more wins, it'd be a new personal best, and that would feel pretty good. It's been a little while since I've set a new personal best on Rapid. Let's see when that was. March 21st. So 2 months ago. If only all games were as easy as that one was. Yeah, so, I mean, I'm not going to actually, because the game was so dominating, I'm just going to go straight to the engine on this one. Because I feel, yeah. I'm not sure if the first move was a mouse slip. I'm thinking not, because he didn't say anything, and he moved he played his second move pretty quickly. So yeah, e5 is the best move here. Yeah, I mean, then he made this move. So he wasn't really, I mean, I guess he maybe he's drunk or something. Yeah, so queen d7 is best. So I played a perfect game, apparently. So 14 average center pawn loss, but my opponent was playing not so fantastically. So it's a combination of me playing very well and my opponent playing very poorly. Yeah, c5 is best. So I just managed to play the right moves. Yeah, once he castled, I thought it was a forced mate here after queen h3, but it's saying d4. can delay it. I guess he can sack his queen for my knight. Is that the idea? So d4, knight g4. Yeah, it has to be. So, and then he gets the bishop too. So it's actually a fair bit of work here for black still, because a queen against two minor pieces. So it's kind of interesting. This would still be a fair bit of work. So he should have, I guess, sacked his queen. That would have, yeah, d4. I mean, d4 would have, I mean, black is still winning here, but it's not so simple. I don't have any minor pieces to work with. So that would have been interesting if he played d4. But yeah, this is just mate in 3 then. So he should have played d4. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to play another game. I have a pretty good feeling that I am going to decline pretty quickly now. I mean, because I've won a lot of games in a row on Rapid, so I'm expecting for my losses to come now, especially after that game. That was a kind of like a free win. Okay, next game. We have a 2070 opponent, 2071 opponent. So if I win this game, it should be a new personal best because he's high rated enough. Oh, it's my move. Shit, I'm white. I guess white goes first. Yeah. So if I win this game, it'll be a new personal best, or it should be, because I should get 12 points. I need 12 points. So, okay. But that's asking a lot to be a 2071 player. That's a big ask. Yeah. So do I want to play c3? c3 takes d4. So d4 castles, and then I'll play, okay. Should be okay. What if he takes here first, though? No, he's under check, right, so I'm okay. So the question is, do I want to play d5? d5, he has to move his knight back. I think I'm going to play d5. So he's going to be pushing his c-pawn next. Not sure if I want to move my bishop out first and then play knight d2. For example, bishop e3. I can't, no, I'll lose a pawn. I guess I have to play knight d2 right away, whether I like it or not. It's just unfortunate because my bishop, my dark squared bishop is pretty terrible here. Gary U.S. Bali. It's a poor connection. Knight bd7. Yeah. Now what? I don't know. So maybe I put my bishop on c2 and then put my bishop on b2. So like a b2, c4, bishop b7 setup, something like that. I don't know. Is he scared of g4? Is he going to play g5? I would like to play f4. But my queen's not going anywhere. I might have to resort to g4. Oh yeah, my queen's really bad here. Do I need to move it a million times? Now what? Starting to really get low on time here. You want to get in here? Ooh, that gets a little ugly, hey? Gets a little ugly. Oh, my time's really kicking in. He's got like double the amount of time as me. $2,071 opponent. Push it there. Take. This looks not good. This doesn't look good for me. My king. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Oh well. I gave it my best shot. Ooh, this looks, I guess that's really bad, hey? Check. Well, you can just go check if you needed to, but that may not be as good. Look at my time, too. I was eyeing in probably the next move, but... time was definitely a factor. That's not why I lost, but It definitely made me play subpar moves. I mean, I'm just going to be down a knight here at the best. Yeah, so probably just check and then take this. He gets a pawn and a knight for nothing, and he's still up 2 minutes on the clock. Guess who's also this check here? No, that has to be best. He gets a knight and a pawn. Or he could even, yeah, he could even take out my rook too, so it would be 2 bishops against a rook. Yeah. Oh, this, I didn't even look at this, but I don't think that works, does it? Then he takes this way. Check here. Interesting. Can I do this? Check. Whoops. We go here. Check. Check. Yeah. So I ran into trouble mid-game when I was really low on time. Yeah, Zipper with the casual barge and... Okay. Let's take a look here. Yeah, so the Roy Lopez... So I'm going to go straight to the engine on this one because I'm not so clear about the opening. I don't like losing, even though that's part of the game. Hello, E45. So let's see. Yeah, D6. Yeah. So D6 is not the main line here. It's bishop E7. But so it's usually bishop E7, rook E1, I think. Yeah. So d6. So it's still rook e1. c3 is another possibility too. You know, that pin, the pin that black got was very annoying the whole game. Kind of want to play h3, but it's probably too slow. There's also bishop takes c6, which is it interesting? Just want to take a look at h3. Oh wait, I guess we can't. Yeah, we can't sack that. d4 doesn't do anything for us. No, he can just. Yeah, b4. So any of this threat, he can just do b4 and then. Sorry, b5, and then he can retreat his knight if he needs to, or he doesn't even have to move it yet. But okay, yeah. So we can't play h3. Yeah, I think it's just in the Ruy Lopez. It's something that you just have to deal with, getting pinned there. Yeah. Although I could have played c3 here. Stockfish likes c3. c3 first. So if c3, then knight takes, then d4. Oh, wait, sorry. Bishop d7. Then rook e1. Kind of interesting. Don't really like that so much, though. Yeah, I think I like rook e1. Stockfish likes c3, though. Okay, anyways, I played rook e1, and he played knight g4. Sorry, bishop g4. Looks like h3 is okay. Yeah, I was debating between c3 and h3. I'm going to let Stockfish run a little bit here. Stockfish is saying you can even take on c6 and then h3. Kind of interesting. Yeah, so it's yeah, either h3 or c3 are the main moves here. d3 as well, which I briefly considered, but not a huge fan of d3. I think it's slightly passive. It's more solid though. Yeah, Stockfish likes c3. I'm going to let it run to like depth 30. I played h3 though. Nothing wrong with h3. So I actually, if you look at the graph here, I actually played well until, well, even here I was doing okay, but about move 22, move 22, I start to fall off, and then I guess I make a blunder on move 24 when I played knight c4. Otherwise, I held my own for half the game. I started to get into time pressure as well. So overall, I'm content with how I played. My opponent being probably in the top 3% of players in Rapid. Let's check. 2071. Yeah, top 1.5%. So he's in the top 1.5% of players on the site. And I gave him a good game. So, okay, so depth 29. I'm just going to let it run another ply or another depth, and then I'll move on. But after losing, it's hard to play another game after you lose. I don't like to lose, but even more than that, I don't like to play another game after I lose. Well, Caustic, it's partly because I'm putting in the time now. I'm not analyzing it just for this game, right? I'm basically looking at it so I can decide what I want to play in the future, so I don't have to spend a lot of time thinking about it, and just so I have a decisive move to play in the future. That's why I spend a lot of time on the openings when I analyze them. It's not just to see in this particular game what I should have played. I'm trying to see what I would like to play in the future, and I don't want to be iffy. I don't want to like, should I play c3? Should I play d4? I want to know exactly what my preference is. Zipper, you broke in. You got to stay in now. Okay, so depth 30. Yeah, it looks like c3 is the winner by a hair, but h3 just a hair behind. So h3. So I play c3 now. Stockfish is still saying bishop takes c6 is still okay. But yeah, c3 was fine. And d4 is okay, but it looks like d3 is slightly preferred. It's pretty close. Pretty close here. So d3 or d4. Yeah, bishop takes c6 has been played 10 games as well. So about 10% of the time over the board, bishop takes c6. Normally you don't want to give your bishop up for a knight, but I don't know. Maybe it's worth it in this case because that a pawn gets pretty weak. I'm trying to justify it. But it looks like d3 is the preference here. I played d4, which is still okay, not a blunder or anything. So d5 I played. Stockfish marks it as an inaccuracy, even though it's okay. Well, it's saying here. Zipper, what are you doing? Zipper, you wanna go out? Why'd you break in then? Okay, so I guess it's saying that d5 is an inaccuracy because it's really liking bishop takes c6. So I'm just going to explore that line because it's been suggesting this for a while now. And I never looked at that as an option. Then it's saying, so you take there and then d takes. And there's two ways that black could move forward apparently. But I guess you can't take here because you're just going to lose the pawn after it takes. And then you just take the pawn for free. So that's interesting, yeah. So black has to play knight d7, and then we just take again, and do we just finish up a pawn there? I mean, that looks so freaking simple. I mean, I like that. So is it just a free pawn in exchange for less development? Because I'm fine with that. I'm like Yasser Serwin. I'm a pawn grabber. So like, we just have to ride out the storm now. Okay, well, I guess we give it back. How come we can't keep it? I guess because of the pin. We can't do it because of check. We're going to lose the queen. If we take the knight, we're going to lose the queen. So that's kind of interesting. I wonder if there's a better way forward. So we have to give it back. I don't really. So we took the e pawn, and then we give back the e pawn. But we also gave up our bishop pair. So that's interesting. But there is black's pawn's structure is weaker. Well, the a pawn is weak, right? But he has he's got a c and d pawn. So I guess I mean that's the difference. If we take that knight, white's pawn structure is arguably a little bit better for the endgame. Whoops. I wanted to follow that line I looked at. Yeah, here, right? It's kind of funny that we can't keep the pawn, though. Is there no way to keep the pawn? Oh, here I keep the pawn. So what? In one line, I lost a pawn, but must have been a different line. So I kind of like that idea of taking the knight and then taking on e5. I thought there was a line where I lost a pawn. Maybe it was this line. It was here. It was this line. Okay, so what was the difference? Oh, he's taking with the bishop or the c pawn. So if he takes with the bishop, it leads to he can regain the pawn. Though now it's staying instead of knight b3, knight c4 is oh, it's I don't know, it's saying it's pretty simple, pretty equal. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not so sure about that. Okay, how come this line though? So hang on, bishop takes d6. So if why does it? So if he goes here, I thought he wins the pawn, right? I'm going down a rabbit hole here. I just don't like giving that back up because I'm not so sure it's worth it. So I guess here we're equal. Like it's black doesn't have a bishop pair either, and black has double pawns. So I guess I like this for white. White's pawn structure is better. That's the only difference here. Black has that annoying pin. But if white can get into the end game, white is a million times better. Okay, so that's at least that's an idea, I guess, is to take the knight. But I played d5. And he played rook b8. Okay, so this was all okay. And then it doesn't like my rook c1. Because of what he played, which was knight h5. It's taking bishop b5. Don't really understand why. Don't really understand why, but I'm still doing okay here. King h2 is not a bad move at all. So here I made another mistake. Knight c4 because of f5. He played perfect. So it's recommending again bishop b5. I still don't really understand the point of that. It's also saying rook c3. Also don't quite understand that move. Yeah, so unfortunately I don't really understand those moves. And I'm just losing here. As soon as I play knight c4, it's 200 cent pawn, bad move. Yeah, as soon as black can play f5, So I guess I didn't really look at black's threat there, but I don't really know what I could have done here. I don't really understand why bishop b5 is good here. So bishop b5, what if he just continues this way? Oh, I see, bishop f1. No, I still don't quite understand it though. So if f5 now, e takes. If you take, oh, then I can fork there. Oh, I see. So it's actually the whole point of bishop b5. The whole point is to protect the h3 pawn because of this whole thing. So if f5 and takes, you can take here. I mean, you can fork here. So if he takes, then you've got this covered now. So that's like a crazy long-term long-term plan there. So you've got protection now after this, and you're protecting the knight and so forth. Oh wait, it says that's not good, but I think it's a similar type of idea. So if takes check, it doesn't like bishop here, but I guess he can't go check. So that's the yeah. And okay, so that's the idea behind that. But it's just kind of interesting that there's like nothing better. Yeah, and once I play here, it hates that. So bishop b5, it's also saying rook c3 and everything else is just losing. But I don't really understand rook c3. So if f5, it's saying bishop b5, but I think rook c3 is just like it's just like a waiting move. There's like no really moves for white. It's just a move to be played. I don't think there's any plan behind rook c3. I think it's just waiting for black to make some type of mistake. Yeah, so that's really tough there. That's really tough. So it's kind of interesting earlier though. Taking this knight instead of like instead of d5 is interesting. Those lines I looked at, taking here, and then taking the pawn. Well, sorry, taking the queen and then taking the pawn, and you give it back. But black does okay overall. Then again, in this opening, I played h3 instead of c3. So here, yeah, c3 might have just been better to prepare d4. I guess maybe h3 is just slightly too slow. Okay, well that's unfortunate, but I'll play another game. See, if I lost to somebody the same rating, I don't mind so much. But if I lose to somebody higher rated or lower rated, I don't like that. So even if I lose to somebody higher rated, yeah, I don't enjoy it. Not when I was doing okay for half the game. Okay, so I have an 1887 opponent here. Queen's Gambit declined, like the most boring opening in the world. World's most boring opening. So I could take here and then force him to take again, but I'm trading a center pawn for a side pawn. Thinking knight bd7. Knight bd7, what if he takes? And then I take. I guess I'm okay, but then he takes. Then I get an isolated pawn. But I'm going to get an isolated pawn no matter what. Unless I take here and then I take here. I might do that because I don't like isolated queen's pawn. So maybe I'll take c takes and then I'll take d takes. Let's try that. I don't normally play that style. Normally here I would play knight bd7. But I would think I'm going to try this without an isolated queen's pawn. It's always annoying to play around an IQP. I'm starting to get sleepy here. Big gulp of water from my salty burger. So yeah, I'm just going to try this out. Probably not good for a reason. So I actually give white an isolated queen pawn instead by doing this. It's kind of funny. It's not always bad. It can be beneficial, but it's annoying. So maybe just knight c6, but it's not really, that doesn't really do anything. Yeah, I'm going to play it though, knight c6. I don't think putting it on d7. I mean, I've got nowhere to go. I guess technically I could have went to d7 and then b6 and then d5 in the future, but I didn't do that. So I'm going to try to speed up a little bit here. It's a6, b5, bishop b7 set up. So what if a4? Then maybe knight here and then support it. Seems like a decent plan. Okay, well he's letting me do this, so I shall do it. Then bishop b. Then this is standard setup. Interesting. Just looking at a few things here, such as this, if I want to be doing that, but I don't think I do. So I'm going to go ahead with my original plan. Don't like my queen position so much, but then again, I don't have anywhere else good to go. Neither does he. Yeah, so he's going to obviously want to put a rook on d1. Yeah, so I'm offering this trade. It's going to allow me to bring in a rook to d8 and also give my bishop a little bit of activity. Okay, so he didn't trade. I think I will take though, anyways, maybe. Or I might put more pressure. I'm going to put more pressure. Yeah, put more pressure on this d4 square because I can do this and bring in rooks underneath it. Yeah, let's attack his isolated queen pawn. Let's show white why we don't like this pawn. So I moved there a little quicker than I feel comfortable with. But I feel like the time is ticking away from me here. 15 moves in, spent 4.5 minutes already. Not doing bad on the clock, but I often get into time troubles. So actually, maybe it's not a great move because now I will get an isolated queen pawn, which was the whole point of why I played this, and that's going to affect my light squared bishop and everything. So I probably should have taken the knight first. Maybe. Yeah, because I don't want him taking here now. Yeah, I don't like that. Whoa, he moved? I didn't see him move. Damn it, how much time did I waste on that? Shit. I wasted a minute on that? I didn't see him move. Okay, well, at least I can avoid the isolated queen pawn again. So take... So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Well, I wasted like a minute and a half because I didn't hear or see him move. So if he takes a knight, I'm going to take with the rook so that I have 4 pieces attacking his d4 square, and he won't be able to defend it again. So I think that just loses a pawn for him. So he can't take my knight as far as I'm aware. I can't take his because then it's defended by his c pawn. Okay, that's interesting. Can't I just take... Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3 on it. Annoying. That's annoying. That's annoying, man. There's a fork here. I might try to sneak that in. Okay, so I'm down on the clock by a minute. See, this is partly why I wanted to catch up on the clock, because I always end up in time issue every game. Okay, so I'm threatening b6. I think c5 is also might be a good move. So, but I might play rook c8 first. I need to start picking up the pace. This is yeah. I also have knight e5. Or I could blockade with knight knight e4 I have. Wow, shit. Well, that sucks, hey? Damn. Well, that looks like game over. So how am I missing all this stuff? So if I push here, takes... Or he can even just take with the... Okay, what if I go here, takes... Oh, it's my only chance, but I think I lose. I can take with check at the end of one of these combos, but I think I probably, at best, I'm still down the exchange. At best, yeah, because I mean he can just take, and then, yeah, at best I'm down the exchange here, and down on the clock. It's my downfall. I'm going to lose all my games. Yeah, I totally missed that move, but I think white was better anyways. So this was an experiment, though, forcing white the isolated queen pawn. I guess he could. White could even just patiently move. Well, it's not so clear. I was going to say white could patiently move his queen, but then if I go queen 8, his rook is still under attack as well. But I guess he could just go here even. You know, my knight is under attack again. Yeah, I mean, there's just no chance here. This was just game over once he played bishop. Yeah, so he just goes there. Okay. I'm not going to say good game on that just because I'm a little bit bitter about this move. But I think that ruined the game when I dropped that. So... Okay, so I'm not even going to analyze this game because if I look at the analysis board, I mean, that was just a huge blunder there. So well, I guess I was losing even before that. So even before this, I guess I was losing. Yeah, I know. But also, I won't say good game. I already said good luck, and he didn't say good luck. So I already said good luck. If he had said good luck, then I'll say good game. But I'm not going to say good luck and hang a piece and then say good game. I do that most of the time, but if you're not going to return the greeting, you don't deserve more. So I guess I made my... I guess this knight a5 is just a huge blunder. 500 center pawn blunder here. Yeah. So once I did that, there was no stopping. Yeah. So that was my blunder. I missed that. I missed this move. I guess... What if I take with a g-pawn? Queen h6. I guess it's not good. Bishop d3, yeah, it's just... Okay. Okay, so No Draws 64 requested a game against me. I haven't really been doing that, but I will honor it in this case. So, Yeah, because I've been... so I'll change that now. But I've been getting so many random people. I get random people that request a game with me. And then when I decline it, they rage on me in chat. Like, how dare you decline my challenge? And I also don't like playing against random viewers because 99% of the time I lose because they somehow play really, really strong. So... That's why I turned that off. So I will turn it on here temporarily if I can find out how. So privacy and then, okay, I'll say always. I would need to change that afterwards. Okay, so you can challenge me now. I would enjoy it if you mute my stream and minimize it just so you don't get any inside intel. Otherwise, I have to be quiet and not use any arrows when I play. And that would be boring for everyone else. You know what I mean? So that you don't hear me say, like, oh, he'll see... I hope he doesn't see bishop takes, you know. So, okay. So anyways, I'm waiting for you to challenge me, and then I will accept the challenge. Yeah, it'll be on Twitch after my stream. And probably YouTube. Okay, so good luck. So No Draws 64, 1832. He's watched my stream, so he knows my openings. Probably has a pet line for me. Oh boy, Smith Mora. Yeah, he's waiting to do this. Okay. So as usual with the Smith-Morra Gambit, I accept it, and then you just gotta defend like a madman. So this square is always annoying to deal with. I might want to play just d6 to deal with that immediately. If I play knight f6, there's the possibility, I can't do arrows. There's the possibility of e5, but then I can play knight g4, but then this, and don't really like that. I've got software things popping up. Okay. There's also, actually b5 is playable, I think. I'm actually going to go b5. Not normally a move I would play in the Smith-Morra Gambit, but I think I've seen Stockfish say that it's okay. It does allow play with my bishop. So I could play knight a5, but I think that is a little slow. But then I can play the knight here to c5, which is really nice. I might save that idea for later. And I might even fianchetto here, actually. I don't know. Bishop, everything looks decent. Maybe I'll just play bishop c5. Everything looks decent to me. I don't know about bishop c5. I don't know. Maybe the fianchetto is a better idea. Probably is. I feel a little unsafe. I feel a little bit naked. So maybe g6 would have been better. Okay, I'm going to go back here. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm obviously indecisive. I feel like I have a little bit of leeway, though, because I am up a pawn. So I feel like I can do this sort of thing. Dance around a little bit. Because I'm not the one that has to prove anything. Black is. I mean, white. White is. Okay, so getting a bit low on time here. I think that was a good move for him. But what about continue here? But he's going to play here, right? Then what? So maybe I should just play d6. d6, now's the time. Yeah, lots of dancing around this game. I still have the option of the knight a5 to c5 idea. But the c5 knight isn't really doing too much. I guess it's hitting this, but it's not doing anything else. Plus, I can always get kicked out in the future with a b3, and then I don't have anywhere good to go. I can always go back to b6, but it's an idea. I'm just kind of waiting for it in a better situation, such as if white plays queen c2, then I can win the bishop. Well, win the trade, or force the trade, rather. So I'm kind of waiting for that. I'll probably, I'm still concerned about this. So if I play knight f6, I'm still worried about e5. But I guess I could take. But he's getting a lot of pieces in the game. But I would like to castle, is my point. So, before when I play bishop c5, I'm still thinking this probably would be better to just fianchetto on the king side. Anyways, let's take a look at knight f6 again. Knight f6, e5. I think I will take, takes, and, takes. I think I'm okay with that. Possible I have to get a double pawn here, But I would get his bishop off. Kind of odd. That could be taken out of context. But I would still end up a pawn, and I like pawns. I like material. Okay, so he's thought for a very long time here. Wow. So knight d5. Does that really work? It does not look like it works. So takes. I mean, I just played bishop b7. Am I missing something? Takes, bishop b7. I'm going to take it. I don't see the oh shit. I guess that was great. I did not consider him taking it with the queen, obviously. Did not consider that. That's fantastic. So I have this move. If he takes here, I just lose the rook for nothing. But then I guess he could just take here. So that's great. But I can escape. So I wonder if I should let him take on f7. I did not see him taking with the queen, though. Obviously. Okay. Wonder if I can just give that back, straight back. So if I go here, takes, and I go here, and he goes back and forth. I think I can do that. Let's try that. So he takes check, and I'm just going to go back and forth. I guess this is not good for me, though, because I gave up a pawn, because he put there for the pawn. So I'm actually worse now, because I don't have that nice pawn anymore. So I'm sad about that. I'm sad about that pawn. I lived for that pawn. Yeah, but I misread that. I should have spent more time on that. For some reason, I never I never considered. Okay. Well, I think I will take that bishop and then knight f6. Hang on. Could be a problem here where he pushes, takes. Okay, maybe not, but okay. Might be okay. I was thinking, if I take with the rook, then I lose a pawn, but I can take with the bishop. So there's still this kind of an issue. I could go here, but then he turtles up like this. So if I castle and e5, get rid of my double pawn. This gets annoying. Or what if I castle, he pushes, takes, and he takes with the rook. It's annoying, but I think I'm okay there. Then again, I said that again when I lost a pawn earlier. But I'm down a minute. I'm down a minute on the clock. So this bishop is pretty terrible now. I just touched something really weird on my desk before I realized what it was. More on that later. So maybe just rook here. Bishop f8 might be a move, but that's pretty damn passive. Oh boy, this is going. This pawn is going. Okay, well, take here. Really? So here. Takes. I can go here. Let's try it. I don't know if that's good though. I guess he can go here. But then I have here. There's a lot of pressure on that piece for him, so He's gonna go here? I'll go here. I guess he should take with the queen, yeah. I can take here though. Double pawn versus activity. I mean, what I mean is that's his compensation, his activity. And a bishop. So I could play g5. He's got g5, that can't be too good for him, right? So g5, if he goes back, he's sitting pretty... let's do it. And I'm not sure if I want to go here. I think I'm going to go for an active king first. Oh, hang on a second. I almost dropped a piece. Woohoo! Okay, so let's do this first. I almost dropped it. I almost dropped the pawn. He could have just kicked out my knight. Yeah, okay. So this bishop is pretty good. Yeah, I don't like this active rook at all. Oh shit, I almost lose a pawn here. Okay. So isn't this just a really good pin? So I guess he could go back, but then I'm happy with that trade. If I go here and he pushes, I just go here, no? Yeah, no, he just takes, right? Okay, that's silly. But if I go here and he pushes, can't I just go here then? I don't know, but I'm going to do it. So push, and then I'm thinking knight g7. He fixes his pawns. Okay, I will do that. How can I grab these? What if I go here and then like this? I think I'm gonna go straight for the active king though. Right off the bat. Right off the bat. Does he want to get down in here? Down and dirty? So I was worried about this check. But I was probably okay there. Okay, so I think I want to be taking away squares from his bishop. The problem with this move is it has to be babysat by my king or the knight. If I babysit with the knight, his king's going to get way too active. I think this is going to be hard because his king's going to get so active here. This is kind of weak for him though. What if I go here? If I go here, he can push here. Annoying. So let's give a check so I can go back and forth. Oh, I don't know. His king's getting pretty active, man. His king's getting pretty active for my liking. Okay, and I can't move away from this pawn. That's the problem. If I move it, then he goes here. Okay, well, I'm not liking this so much. You know, go here and then I gotta babysit with the knight. Reserve Tempe. He has more than I do. I don't know. I might have more than him. It's close. He definitely has more time than me. So if push, then what? Then push, then I have to go. That is what he does. I have no time, so I because of the time issue, I'm not going to be thinking. So I am on the 4th rank, so this trick that I analyzed yesterday will work. I analyzed it yesterday that if it's on the 3rd rank, if my pawns are on the 3rd rank, it won't work. Then again, his king is close enough to stop it, but can these run? So it's kind of uncertain, but the problem is I'm sacking a pawn, so it's going to be a race. So take, push. Yeah. Oh, fuck. I guess I fucked up. Well, it's going to be close. But I think white is better here. Yeah, white's better. Because I have to take these 2 pawns, these 2 fat pawns in their way. It'll be very close, though. But I think white will queen before I do. So I'm actually surprised he's thinking here, because there's not anything to be thinking about. If I had more time there, I would have thought more, because there might have been something better, but I just don't have the time. But take, push, move out. Like, he's way faster here. But I've got 2 connected pass pawns. I may be able to get a draw here. He has to move out, but I got to take 2 pawns and then push. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we're both going to queen. We're both going to queen. He's going to be on this square, so yeah, we're both going to queen here, but I'm going to have an extra pawn. So black might be better here. Oh, he's got another pawn too, though. So he trades this off 1, 2, 3, 4, but he's got to move his king out. So I'm faster here, but it could still be a draw. I might. Black is slightly better, I think. Oh shit, that's a good move. Oh, that's a great move. Well, damn. Yeah, he needs to take that pawn out. That was a great move. I gotta avoid his checks. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to avoid his checks, but I'm getting closer on time. I can grab a pawn of his. Gotta be careful not to get mated. But that was safer. Yeah, I get the time. I could have danced around, but... So I lose points on that one, but it was a good game. I was in trouble in the Smith-Morra Gambit there. when I missed that queen move. What happened to your name? You got to change your name to Always Jaws 64. Yeah, so if I wanted to be a dick here, I could have won on time. But I don't want to do that. Here I had to. So actually, I don't think I had a choice. But I probably could have if I moved the king instead. Here. Yeah. But he could have just kept checking. Eventually, anyway. So I got sloppy. For some reason I didn't consider that you could have taken with the queen here. I thought it was just where was it here? Wait, where was it? No, here. For some reason, I thought you would take with the bishop. I didn't consider that the queen could take. And that was actually the real threat. So I thought it was just a bishop. So I thought it was. Yeah, I just totally didn't see the queen. That queen could take. So good game. Okay, let's take a quick look at that with Stockfish. I'm a little bit too tired to analyze it without the engine. Well, I guess I was black, right? So a draw isn't so bad. Okay, so I'm used to the double gambit here, which I really enjoy taking. If I knew if people didn't double gambit here, then I would play d6, I think, maybe. Or d3, I mean. I know John Bartholomew loves d3 here. Declining it. Okay, so I played e6. Stockfish likes d6. And the main line is knight c6. But I'm fine with e6. They're all kind of the same thing. Okay, so I think this was all fine for the most part. But I think there was a move here where I think I wasn't so certain about my bishop c5 move. I'm thinking the fianchetto might have been the better choice. But let's see what Stockfish says. So b5 was certainly fine here. b5 was good, actually, possibly the best move. Like Stockfish loves it, but it's only depth 23. I'm going to let Stockfish just think a little bit longer here because the main line is knight g e7, which is kind of ugly for me to play, but it has a really good win rate for black. But let's just let this run a little bit longer. Hello, Bazoon, Case Money, Mr. Reflector. Case Money, do you have any other tournaments scheduled? While we wait for Stockfish to calculate here. And while I eat my Twinkie so I can die early. This is that weird thing I grabbed and touched mid-game, by the way. July coming up. How many rounds? 6 round? Oh, been a while since I played a 5 round. I've been spoiled with all the 6 rounds. If I played a 5 round one, it would feel so shitty because I've been spoiled with 6. Then again, nice thing about a 5-rounder is it's usually a 2-day tournament, which is kind of nice. So how are you on depth 29 already? But yeah, so as you can see on the screen, depth 25, yeah, B5 slightly better than D6, but B5 was good. Okay. And then I played Bishop C5, and then I kind of regretting not playing B6 here. But it looks like Stockfish actually looks like Bishop B7, continuing with the what can you call that? Like there should be a name for this. I should make up a name because I play this quite a lot, especially like in the Sicilian. I can play it a lot too. With Bishop, it's not like I need a name for this. It's like a exploded fianchetto or something. Okay, so I played Bishop C5. According to Stockfish, it's the 3rd best move. It's been played twice over the board, but it looks like Bishop B7 is just a better way to go. I just felt like I had too many pieces. If I played Bishop B7, I just felt like I had too many pieces devoted to the queen side there. Nothing, my king side hadn't done anything. It seemed imbalanced. Yeah, Stockfish is liking Knight A5 too, which I looked at too. I looked at that and it looked good, but then I just thought moving too many of the same pieces. I'm going to let this run a little bit longer. 7-rounder. That would be nice. Well, it's nice if you play well. It's shitty if you don't. Like, can you imagine if the tournament I just played at was 7 rounds? I would have been 2.5 going into the 7th round. So even if I won, I would have finished 3.5 out of 7, and I had no desire to win. Once you have a really terrible score, yeah, I mean you can minimize your rating loss, but that's it. And even the last game, if you're having a bad tournament, the last game you can't even mitigate your rating loss that much because your last game was going to be against likely a lower rated opponent. Okay, so Bishop B7 has gained superiority here again. Okay, so Bishop C5 is playable. I played Bishop E7. I thought I had time to kind of dick around here, and apparently I do. I guess Bishop E7 is okay. And I played D6, which was okay. And so, yeah, this was interesting. Knight D5. So I guess I can't take. Yeah, I just can't because I didn't see queen take. So my mistake here wasn't just not seeing it. My mistake here was not actually spending a few more seconds looking at this because obviously white is sacking a piece here. So I had looked at pawn takes and bishop takes. I totally missed queen takes. But I still should have spent a little bit longer here because this is a pivotal moment if white is giving up a piece. I'm already up a pawn. So I should have just double checked things here. Especially I've got 8 minutes on the clock. I'm even a minute ahead on the clock. So it was a mistake to not think about this a little bit longer. Like I only thought for about 30 seconds on this move. I should have spent a little bit longer because it's such a pivotal move. Because obviously white is playing this for a reason. And so that was a mistake to not spend more time. If it was an over the board game, obviously I'm going to spend a million years looking at it. But I always get a little bit pressured on the clock. So Stockfish is recommending not taking it at all because of queen takes d5. Yeah. So I should have just ignored it and let him take the bishop, I guess. I am up a pawn, so I'm okay with little things like that. But yeah. Somehow I come back though. It's recommending queen c6 again for some reason. So I guess it doesn't want to go back to d5. So let's see. Or it just wants to make time control. No, it wants to go to c3 if possible. Which makes sense because if keeping this bishop untraded is good. He avoids the double pawn. It's just a better bishop too. And I can't play here now because then, well, I guess, I mean, I could, but it's a bit weakening. I also have a queen in the middle, and yeah, so that makes sense. Putting it back here is not good. It's saying I could take. It's also saying I could just play knight f6 and let him take me, but I kind of like him take. I kind of like taking. Those double pawns did serve me in the end game. So yeah, knight f6. So I just gained a little bit. Slowly, I kind of gained. Okay, so yeah, it's not liking knight c6. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Okay. So I guess I missed a move here. It's saying queen b6 would have been better. Okay, I guess I understand it because, I mean, like rook ac1 type of idea. I'm just going to have to move the queen again. So I kind of save a move by going to queen b6 immediately. I think, yeah. I was scared of losing this pawn. So I was trying to kind of stick around. Oh yeah, I remember why. Because I was wanting to stick around so that I could be able to, if he takes the pawn, to pin the bishop. But I guess I could have essentially done the same thing if my queen was on b6 as well. Yeah, so I was pretty happy to get here, considering the position I was in after I allowed that queen takes d6. It was slightly, I had to be careful here because, I mean, of back rank mate issues, and also white does have a bishop, but in compensation, white has those double pawns, and it is my move. So I played g5. I guess that is not a great move. It's just recommending rook d8, h6, h5, or rook e8. So I guess I could have simply played h6. But g5, yeah, I guess it's not like a blunder, but I guess there were better options available. I almost screwed up here by not playing h6. By not seeing this threat. So I saw it last second, fortunately. Yeah, so the rook c8, I really had to think about that, but it turns out it was the best move. And yeah, so untrading was best here because, I mean, I don't really want to be battling a bishop, but those double pawns I felt makes it even here, which Stockfish agrees. Okay, so I'm curious about, yeah, so it likes king g7 here. And, okay. Yeah, so this was all fine and dandy. Stockfish just says this is a draw. I thought for quite a while here, this was I thought a pivotal point. Easy to go wrong in this position. See, I really thought like white might go here. So I was kind of scared of this, but I guess this is winning, but there's a lot to calculate here. I mean, not winning. I mean, I guess this is a draw, but it could have gone either way. I didn't calculate any of that because that's too hard. But that was my fear. That was my fear. But fortunately, white didn't do that, even though it would have been equal. But I was scared of that. So this was all fine on both sides. I was also kind of scared here. I didn't really want him, I didn't want him to take here because kind of giving up. I'm not I'm kind of giving up opposition in a sense. Well, not giving it up, but I'm kind of losing a reserved tempi here. But I am getting the bishop off the board, which I like. So I wasn't sure, but I only had a minute on the clock, so I really couldn't. So yeah, I mean, but I figured it was pretty close on tempi here. And the other thing to consider is even if I was in Zugzwang, that might not be the best term here because it technically wouldn't be. But even if I had no more reserved tempi, I figured, these 3 and 3, there's always going to be a way to. I think it was going to be close no matter what because the kings are going to have to shift from one king is going to have to go to the queen side, one's going to have to go to the king side, and it's a 3 versus 3, 2 on 2. It's going to be close, which is what ended up happening. So yeah, A5 or B4 would have been fine. This was all fine. So we both played the end game correctly, I believe. I don't think there were any problems. Except right here, I guess this is a blunder. So neither of us picked up on it. So it's saying after G takes H4, so white had many opportunities here. So it's saying I mean, F4 was yeah, I played F4. Stockfish is going crazy here. Okay, because I had no choice, right? So, so it's saying B4 for some reason. So B4 take and then. Yeah, so then he has one reserved tempi, and then I have to give up opposition. Yeah, so that's the idea. So I go here, and then I have to move again. I'm in Zugzwang. I have to give up opposition, so yeah. And yeah. And if I push here, yeah, well, same thing. Actually, I didn't even realize it. Yeah, so yeah. So H4 there. Hey. This is what happened too. So my mistake was taking here, but keep in mind I had 58 seconds. And I needed to give myself. I had to play quick. I had no time to think. I played instantly because I needed enough time to play the end game, which happened to be the case. There wasn't much time on the clock. But that being said, there were 2 moves here that I could have continued with. So there's F4. He can't take here because I'm closer to queening, and if he takes here, I will queen before him, and I'm in the square of the pawn. So that's kind of like a pawn breakthrough. It's kind of interesting. So there's F4. I'm not sure. What if he had played here? I guess I'm one step closer to queening, but it's very close. Yeah. So yeah, it's saying he would have to take h, and then apparently this is a draw somehow. I guess he can actually reach that, the square of the pawn, oddly enough. So I would have to play h4, and this is apparently a draw, but it's not easy. So this would have been very instructive if we had more time, if this was a classical game or like even over the board game to really look at this properly. But so white should have spent a little bit more time looking at this. He had 3 minutes on the clock. I only had 58 seconds. But at the same time, it's kind of hard because then often your opponent will want to also play quick to help put you, like to try to flag you. Okay, so yeah, so I should have played f4 or g4. I think they have the similar purpose. It's the same idea. f4 or g4. g4 is interesting too, though. So if he locks it in, then I play b4, and white has to move. And if he takes, and then I take, it's not so clear. On the mainland, no, but I was on the mainland last week at a chess tournament. I'm on the island, so. Okay, anyways, it proceeded to this. The game still was very interesting here, and white was actually apparently winning. Had a couple of winning chances, but the problem was white had major time issues here. White got into major time trouble. Okay, so moving on. So apparently, yeah, so b4 here would have won. I pre-moved here. I pre-moved all of these moves, and I gained so much time here. Yeah, all of these, I gained so much time. Like the past 10 moves, I only used 2 seconds. So that really helped. Yeah, so I mean, I was white was starting to move slow here, so I was really trying to move quick. But I guess this is a mistake because of there's queen a5 check. And he went here, so queen a5 check. That's weird. What? Queen a5 check. This is the only move that wins? I'm trying to understand why. Oh, wow. But why? How come this doesn't achieve the same thing? Why does this not work? Oh, shit. Okay. Brain fart there. Okay, so that's pretty awesome. How big is it? What? Oh, the island? It's a pretty big island. It's not like a deserted island. It's pretty big. I don't know how I could equate it. I don't really know the size of American islands, so. Okay, well let's take a look here. I don't know how big Hawaii is. I'm assuming it's pretty big. Okay. Okay, it's actually okay, it's bigger than Hawaii. It looks like it's about, if you count the land mass, it's probably 5 times bigger than Hawaii. So this is my island here. This here. And this is Hawaii. So it looks to be about 5 times bigger than Hawaii. All of the islands together. So that's pretty big, right? That's pretty big. I don't know what other islands America has. Not many, right? If any. Yeah, you don't really have any islands. So I guess that's the closest thing I could compare it to for an American. Maybe 5 times bigger than Hawaii. Maybe even more. No, about 5 or 6 times bigger than Hawaii. Okay, enough geography lessons. Back to the game. Oh, yeah, you confused me, Case Money. I was like, what? We've got a lot of big islands. We've got some huge islands. We've got some pretty big islands. Okay, but that was interesting. Of the queen a5 check would have been beautiful. Just you take the pawn with check, then you can trade queens. That would have won the game easily. Yeah, queen a5 check. So obviously, if he had more time, he would have seen that. But although he still probably should have seen that queen a5. But then again, I didn't see it either. Okay, so he took the pawn right away, and then yeah, I just had to give a bunch of checks, and I brought him down to 3 seconds. Okay, so, and he had another winning possibility here where he could have played queen g5. For some reason, this is winning. I guess I'm not quite sure why, but I guess my checks are limited. Yeah, after this, there's no more. Well, there's check, and then, but then there's going to be quickly no checks or something. Why can't I just go here? I don't know. It said this is winning for white, but oh, I see. Then there's this. Aha. And if I don't do that, oh, that's interesting, hey. So and then, but what if I go here? Yeah, then I have no more checks. Oh, that's interesting. That's kind of a neat trick. Go on the same file as the enemy king, and then once you do this, there's no more checks because here you can force the trade, and he has the pawn. So that's kind of cool. Oh yeah, the table bases do say drawn, right? But then what is it that I just looked at? Okay. I don't know. Okay, well, guys, I'm tired. This is actually a 2-hour, 40-minute stream. So pretty long for me. I played pretty well overall. Rating dropped the last few games. But overall, I played pretty well. I held my own with a 2071 opponent. Well, for half the game, and then I got crushed. And but overall, I did okay. I mean, I'm 1907, or I can't do math. 1908. I'm 1908, so I'm doing okay. I will be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching. And oh, Imperial Cookies. No, I promised I wouldn't. I played a fair bit of Bullet last month. I'm not going to play any more Bullet for quite a while. But thanks for watching. Good luck in your games. I'll be back tomorrow and try to increase my rating some more. Okay, good night.